Welcome back to AM Northwest. It's an organization enhancing the lives of those with disabilities by pairing them with a trained service dog, all at no cost to the recipient. Here to share how you can help their efforts, we welcome from Canine Companions, Chief Veterinary and Research Officer, Dr. Brenda Kennedy. I am so jealous of you right now. Look at that baby. Oh my goodness. Tell me who you have here.
This in my arms is Frederick, one of our future service dogs. And to my right is puppy 50 in honor of our 50th anniversary. And then to my left is Franco.
And tell me about what they do and what you do.
Yeah, as you said, we are an organization that places expertly trained service dogs with children, adults, and veterans with disabilities. We do that free of charge. So their job is to go on to learn the skills necessary to be a service dog.
And what kind of skills do they need?
They need to do a lot of things. You know, they start out with volunteers at a puppy home, getting some basic skills, but then they go into professional training to learn things like opening doors or picking up dropped items, closing cabinets, and helping a person propel in a wheelchair.
And how do you do this free of charge to the recipients?
Well, we do it with a whole lot of support from the community across the nation. So we use volunteer puppy raisers that we always have a need for those, and they can be anywhere in the country. They keep these dogs for about the first 18 months of life.
So anyone here in the Portland, Vancouver area, we could be a puppy raiser?
Absolutely, and we have puppy raisers in your area. We have a really great active chapter there. When you join Canine Companions as a volunteer, you join a community.
And how many people are in need? I understand you have quite the waiting list for people with disabilities, kids and adults.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 1 in 5 people in the U.S. has a disability. So the need is great. And so our job is to provide as many of these dogs as possible for the people that need them. So again, that takes a community, lots of volunteers and lots of donors.
So let's say someone decides they're going to be a puppy raiser. What do you commit to when you say I'll be a volunteer puppy raiser?
Yeah, someone who's going to be a puppy raiser is going to commit to about the first year and a half life. They are caring for the puppy, they are helping it get socialization, and they're also working with our team to get them some of the basic skills they need to go into professional training when they come back to one of our centers.
Wow, and then if you aren't able to do that, if you aren't able to raise a puppy, you know, like me, I have multiple dogs and cats, so that might be a little challenging for me, but how can we help?
You can help by donating. You can also help by sponsoring one of our puppies. So 2 of our puppies here today are what we call sponsor puppies, and someone can go ahead and support that puppy's development and training as a service dog, and they will get a box with a plush puppy and some bling, and also they get periodic updates while the puppy's going through its journey.
And Sunday is National Puppy Day, probably the best day in the year.
It is. Everybody go hug your puppy.
Yeah.
And we're going to have this cam all week, this puppy cam. So join us, canine.org/puppycam.
And you mentioned that, I think you mentioned, this is the 50th year of the organization. How has it changed over the years?
Yeah, I mean, it's changed a lot, certainly in size and scope, starting out as a small organization. And even our dogs started out being different kinds of breeds. And now we use Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, and Crosses. And just the skill and the quality of the dog just continues to increase.
Why those dogs? Why the Golden Retrievers, the Labs?
Yeah, you know, they're really, really wonderful dogs, right? They're friendly. They are a nice size. They're sort of big enough to do some of the more demanding physical tasks, but small enough to sit by your feet under a table or a desk or on an airplane.
And I understand that you've been featured in a Netflix documentary.
We were, Inside the Mind of a Dog. Super excited to be a big part of that. Our journey through Canine Companions kind of runs through that. So definitely check that out on Netflix.
What is the, when you see a dog paired finally with someone with a disability, say, what is that experience like? Because they've got to be, and do you pair them based on the personality of the dog and the person?
Yes, you got it right. We actually look at both the person, what their needs are, what a dog brings in terms of skills, and even personality. Do they match their personality? For being a puppy raiser, it's the most, I think, amazing thing you can do to give a puppy to someone to help raise a puppy that gets placed with someone.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we want to tell everyone if you'd like to find out more, we're going to put all the information for you on our website at katu.com. We'll also find out more information too about how to be a puppy raiser, which I think would be great. But Dr. Brenda, I've got to ask you to do me a favor. Please give that puppy a kiss for me.
I will.
And smell that puppy breath. Yes.
It's the best.
It's the best. Thank you so much. All right, we'll be right back with more
Thank
AM
you.
Northwest.